I'm trained as an artist, as I did a degree in visual artist in sculpture and new media. So I guess the sensibility would still be aligned to an artist. But now that I work in theatre and public works and festivals, my work's always sort of defined by the environment that it exists in. The major influence on my work is installation, more so than film or sculpture or anything else. Really is this notion of how objects or the artwork can relate to a specific space. What site-specific work does is it allows the artist to respond to a space as a starting point. But I think the processes under which you create art are very similar. Rather than sort of developing a concept and then applying it to the canvas, the concept is still defined by the space that I'm going to work in. So for me that's exciting because each time you produce a work you're dealing with a different space, so you're not dealing with a blank canvas. Whilst I might arrive at a site with a range of concepts that I want to develop and push further, I don't usually define the medium that I'll work in. At the moment I've got things ranging from large digital prints to video to sculpture. For me, the overriding power in an artwork is the ability to question a perception and question the environment you exist in, how that environment affects you, how we are conditioned to have a specific type of experience in a certain environment, and this is why the gallery is always great to work in. I would say that 80% of my practice would be outside the gallery. I did a couple of site works in vacant allotments in old buildings and so on as very early works. Because of those works, I was asked to go do a show at the gallery. So the first show I ever did in a gallery was at the Institute of Modern Art in Brisbane. I quite simply pulled all the windows out of the gallery and positioned a chair in front of the windows. So that sort of sums up my attitude to the gallery. Not just the gallery, but that sort of context, that traditional formal context which allows someone to appreciate art. So in that work I was really using the white walls, the gallery space, to appreciate what was existing external to the building. I was born in New South Wales and we moved to a few different places. My father was a builder, but he was also a draftsman, so I started very young doing sort of pen and ink drawings of houses and so on, which he was into. From an early stage at high school I could do sort of hyperreal busts and things like that, in clay. So I was always doing it, but I guess I avoided it as a career opportunity. I decided to go back to art college because it ended up being the only thing I was really good at. The reality of it is that it's the only thing I could find perfect.